We're going to keep it going. We're going to next bring up Shannon O'Rourke.
I was actually in Blondes 2 and 3 before I dyed my hair recently. When people meet me, I imagine their first impression is probably, oh God, look at her, another dumb broad. But I find that really offensive. I prefer another dumb bitch. I am so happy to hear that Hooters locations are continuing to shut down. Finally, we can stop the exploitation of owls. Sources say it's being called the Me Who movement. Now, before you start thinking, here we go, another feminist comedian, that is really not true. I love being asked to be the designated note taker and having my male colleagues take my ideas for their own. I find it so flattering. Growing up, I lived in a relatively well-off community. We weren't rich, but we lived in a house. Does anyone remember what detached houses were? When I was little, I thought the kids who lived in townhouses were poor. What an ignorant little cunt I was. The only people in Vancouver who can afford houses are either Asian or on OnlyFans. I don't even think white men can afford houses anymore. I live with my fiance, which is great because it makes mornings after a night out so much less stressful. You know that feeling when you're single and hungover, waking up, and you think, am I in a bed? Am I in my bed? Who the fuck is that? My fiance is an actor, which means he's very in touch with his emotions. It also means he is highly dramatic. And there is nothing more dramatic than an actor with a cold sore. Anytime he can feel one coming on his face, it's immediate panic. Is it getting bigger? I can feel it. Can you see it? Is it growing? Is it getting bigger? Is it changing color? Is it getting bigger? Is it getting bigger? Is it getting bigger? I'm like, honey, I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about anymore. But I hope it's getting bigger. We're in the midst of wedding planning, and there is nothing like wedding planning to show you who you no longer want to be friends with. I love the unsolicited peppering of questions that we get from people. So, how's the wedding planning going? Are you having a big wedding? No, actually, we're just having a small wedding in Mexico. Oh, that must be so easy to plan. No, Trish. Easy was you in the 11th grade. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Wedding planning is exhausting, and this is my first husband. So based on my parents' track record, I'm probably going to have to do this 1 to 2 more times in my life. Likely at least once after tonight's show. Sorry, honey. It's not all bad with wedding planning, though. You do get to go on a bachelorette. We went to Vegas. Trish was there, so that was immediately exhausting. You know it's going to be chaotic when there's 13 feral females running around Sin City, each with their own set of tits. We had the planners, and then we had the anti-planners. Oh, it's too expensive. Oh, I don't want to meet the club promoter at that time. Well, Trish, either get out your credit card or topless, because I don't have time for this shit. We did go to the Magic Mike show, which was worth every single penny. Finally, I understood what Hilary Duff was singing about in her song, "This Is What Dreams Are Made Of." I will say the lack of equality in Vegas is fucking fabulous, especially when you got topless Trish to get you into all the bars for free. It's crazy how expensive life is today. 20 years ago, you could have a house and a wedding. 10 years ago, you could have a house or a wedding. Today, I can barely afford either. Actually, that reminds me, Dad, we need to pay the photographer this weekend. Jokes aside, it is crazy out there, and we need to support one another. So before you leave tonight, please subscribe to my OnlyFans account. It's ShanBabyXOXO94.
Give it up for Shannon O'Rourke.